Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey smokes. Well, yeah, it is indeed a brand new day. It is dark outside. It's not that cold. It's chill, but it's not very chill. I wouldn't even think it's December if the calendar didn't tell me so. Yay! Still, I slept and moderately well until my gut woke me up with pain. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully you slept well and had a great time. That's a good thing. And of course, front-loading of videos, the whole, like and subscribe and do all that stuff, and of course, my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and awesome people who are literally beautiful and literally awesome, helping to keep me and my pets alive. I do appreciate that. With the cost of living rising and my disability staying flat, I need all the help I can get. So these beautiful and awesome people are beautiful and awesome. If you'd like to help out, there are links in the video description, as well as a PayPal and an Amazon wishlist link, my post office box, and I'll open up on camera anything anybody ever sends me, if anybody ever does. So thumbs up on that. Front loading of videos over. Yay! Yesterday was indeed a day. Not a great day. Because of my paranoia of what's been happening at night, I went for an early day walkies. Up to Walmart, got my stuff purchased, and walked back. Oh boy. Well, those new shoes that I bought, I have insanely delicate skin. They put the seams for everything on the insides of things. They don't put the seams on the outside of shoes. They don't put the seams on the outside of your clothing. It's all on the inside. My little toe rubs up against one of the seams. Not much, but it does. I have a huge raw spot opened up on my little toe on my right foot. So that's joyous, and I don't build calluses and spots like that. It just comes open and stays open forever. I have insanely delicate skin. I have to have plastic for my lenses and not glass, and back in the day, back in the 80s when I first got them, that was expensive and awful, because otherwise I got open sores, pressure sores on the backs of my ears and on my nose because of the weight. I'm still like that. I can sit normally in a chair for periods of time and get pressure sores from it. My skin is insanely delicate. So I'm going to have to put band-aids over that spot on my foot, because otherwise the shoes are awesome. Thumbs up for that. So it was horrible and painful on the walk, but as soon as I got back and took the shoe off, the pain vanished instantly. So, past that, thumbs up. But because I went during the middle of the day, that went and ate into the time that I would normally be doing things. So when I got back, I was exhausted like I normally would be around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I sat down, ate some food, and at about 4 o'clock immediately started falling asleep and having issues. And it wasn't until 7:30 at night that I was able to wake up again. Oh my God. The entire day was just gone yesterday. I didn't get a thing done that I would have wanted to do. I was able to purchase like some denture tablets and stuff like that, things that I needed, and I'm gonna have to do another walkies like I do every single day, because I need to buy food for my cat and I need to buy such like that. So I don't mind walking. I mean, that's great. It's good exercise. As much as I have disliked the fact that my vehicle died, and that's why I have to walk everywhere. I have no vehicle. I have no hope of ever getting another vehicle. I don't like that part. But the fact that I walk everywhere, all around town, that's good. That's incredibly healthy. You should be doing things like that. I mean, even the fact that I live on the second floor of a rental home is a good thing. It stresses your system to walk upstairs. Stressing your system is what you need to do for it to keep up. When you stress your system, it builds itself up. You literally can add years onto your lifespan by living on the second floor of a home because it stresses your system, bulks you up, and you will live longer. So yeah, I don't mind stuff like that. I would prefer to live up on a higher floor if I was in a multiple place, no matter what. So, thumbs up for that. But still, went Walkies, got nothing done. Nothing at all. I couldn't even think creatively. One of the reasons I can think creatively at night is because there's nothing and no one around. Sure, I have to keep my eyes open because there have been so many people that have been out to murder me lately that I'd be crazy not to. But the number of cars that go by at night are actually minimal. I might go 5 minutes without a car going by or without seeing anybody on the streets. When I went during the daytime, cars are everywhere. People are everywhere. Everything is happening. I couldn't think creatively because the world was happening. And so the walk there was just dealing with everything and trying to stay safe. You know, you have to do that. And then in the store, just purchasing things and then coming back. And, well, I didn't do any of the creative thinking on the way back either. So that was all good. At least I got the exercising done. And then falling asleep. Oy vey. So I don't want to do that during the daytime again. If I walk during the daytime, that's it for the day. Now, I still have done it occasionally. Like I've walked to the library to get printing done, come back, and still been able to get things done. But if I go to the library and then continue to Walmart and then come back, that's the end of the day. I had actually thought about something that I wanted to talk about while I was talking, and then tried to keep it in my head as I was talking, and then forgot it as I was talking. And I love ADHD. Yay! So it's joyous and fun that way. So let me check out my list here, because that explains why I have so much stuff that's driving me mad, because I can't get things done. I am still working on as much of my projects as I can. I still have hopes for my writing projects that I'll be able to do something with them. I doubt I'll ever get them fully written up. I have such severe ADHD and executive dysfunction. It is hard to write anymore. Physically difficult. So, I don't know. Being able to talk it out, though, at least gets it out into the world, even if I can't do anything else with it. Yay on that. So, I'm going to talk some about that. I have been thinking about a bunch of stuff for quite some time that I don't actually talk about in the context of what everything is happening. First, there's the whole light and dark cryptid, and there's actually gray and shadow cryptids that are between the two. Dark cryptids, I spend more time talking about them, because they are, to me, more fascinating, because they are very conflicted and broken themselves. They are intensely broken the more dark they are. And I find that sort of mental conflict for them interesting. There are light cryptids that also hang out and do things together as well. I've mentioned that there are the suburban urban cryptids. I mean, they live amongst and work amongst and play and marry and love and have children with and grow old with and mourn the deaths of their spouses and then die themselves and are mourned by the community among us. And they are, well, actually, they aren't so much caring about the whole light, dark, and shadow cryptid part, because those suburban cryptids, they look upon the whole game playing of light and dark and all that as just that. It's politics. That the whole light and dark thing, it means no more to these individuals than the color of our skin. It is that unconsequential. You look and you can go, oh, you're a light cryptid, you're a dark cryptid, and it doesn't matter to them. at all. But light cryptids are just slightly more disorganized, and they don't gather in places because they don't really feel the need to do this sort of stuff. Dark cryptids that deal with human beings tend to have to hide themselves better because they're not pleasant individuals. Lighter cryptids, they just deal with people on a happy, friendly basis that you may never know that you've dealt with someone that wasn't human. And of course, there are the feelings. Dark cryptids exude that creepy feeling that you see and hear about on like those ghost hunting shows where people feel, ooh, it's got a creepy, crawly feeling. We don't like this here. It's, you can feel the hair on the back of your neck crawling up. Yeah, that's the feeling you get from dark cryptids. One dark cryptid can give that mild feeling. The more of them there are, the greater the feeling. Normal human beings don't go into the old Thomas McGregor estate, Pol Pot Park. Dark cryptids gather there. It is an intensely creepy feeling. There's nothing you can point at and say, oh, it's because of this. It's just you go there and it's like, oh, you don't like it. It just feels awful. Same way, light cryptids have happy, friendly feelings, but you generally look upon those as more of an internal feeling instead of something that's externally imposed upon you. If you're walking along and then suddenly you start feeling happy and friendly, you could usually attribute that to like, oh, nostalgia, or I like my coffee, or look at the birds. You feel good. You're around a light cryptid. Individuals like Clausy and Alan, the light cryptids I've talked about. But Polly, who is one of the new generation of hungry light cryptids, also gives off that feeling of happiness and friendliness. Now, light cryptids like Polly and Clausy and all that, Polly is a flower-based plant cryptid. That just means that flowering plants really grow well and bloom and blossom and are very fertile around her. Her parents, Clausy and Alan, are more generalized plant cryptids. Plants of all kinds just do well around them. Of the mammalian types, if they're more generalized, mammalian animals do well around them. Those that are more classified bear-type mammalian, those creatures do better around them. Human mammalian cryptids, like suburban cryptids, people do well around them. They are fortunate, and they are very fertile if they are the kind of person that wishes to reproduce. But you do well around them. Same thing, of course, with the dark cryptids. Those that are unpleasant, people don't do well around them. But the dark cryptids tend to hang around in places like Pol Pot Manor. And the light cryptids, again, are just more disorganized. They're out there. They, too, live amongst people, but they don't generally do things that call themselves out. They're not like the urban legend wandering stranger serial killer. They're more like, if you have the urban legend wandering stranger type of light cryptid, if you watch old movies, the movie Shane and movies like that, the old Clint Eastwood movies, where the stranger blows into town and stuff happens. Bad guys generally end up not living anymore, and people that are good, that were under duress, aren't anymore, and then they blow back out of town. They show up, they do something, and then they vanish. You can have dark cryptids that do that as well as light ones. And the light cryptids are like Shane and any of the Clint Eastwood people. They blow into town, and then they blow back out. No reason for them to organize. They're more individuals. Whereas the dark cryptids, yeah, they got to keep up their skills. The serial killer types, they want to be seen as, oh, just a regular person. These individuals are seen by normal human beings if you have to deal intimately with human beings. Your cryptid presence is cloaked enough for your job and task. Cryptid presence, of course, is why they don't like changeling types, because if your cryptid presence is low and your third eye is shut, that's when they do not like cryptids of that type. And, of course, I've got to deal more with what gray/shadow cryptids are. Because the dark cryptids are over here doing their things, and the light cryptids are here. There is a sizable faction of the cryptids that are gray/shadow. But my subconscious, I was going to say science, my subconscious needs to work on that. I'm not sure what they do yet. I've never had a full... I can't speak English all of a sudden again. I can't come up with a full glimpse and view of them. So my subconscious needs to get to work. Hopefully it will. And of course, I had mentioned that there is one serial killer cryptid type that is becoming more the focus of the whole cryptid project. And that is the urban legend, wandering stranger, serial killer, Lynn Tanner. Lynn Tanner is friends with another cryptid called Cornetto, who is a very unpleasant type, but they become friends. Now, the type of cryptids that the both of them are, common wisdom says they can't make friends. Common wisdom is wrong because things are changing, and they do become friends. But Cornetto gets killed at some point in the story by this horrific thing that actually just tears him into pieces as Lynn Tanner runs for his own life. And cryptids will come apart quite violently at times because they are fine until they're not fine, and then they are not fine catastrophically, like a big oak tree in a storm, up until the point that it breaks. It's fine, and then it's not fine catastrophically. But Cornetto is one of those types that when this one La Pantera, the luchador wrestler, tries to bring lucha libre type wrestling to South Carolina's Brookerton town, city, a whole bunch of arena type fighting comes up where cryptids will beat the snot out of each other until one of them can't defend themselves anymore, and then the other one will just eat them. Cornetto liked to go into these arenas, but he would just beat the other cryptid down with just his fists until they were dying. And then after making sure that they were dying, Cornetto would just say, I don't even care. Just spit on them, turn and leave them to die. Not even going to eat them. Showing complete contempt. I will beat you to the point you are going to die, but I don't even care enough to watch. Cornetto is a very unpleasant type. Probably a good thing that he gets torn apart and eaten. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never many anymore. But if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well. That'll teach me to try and do fancy things with my voice. Daniel G.A. Lves Jimenez, thank you very much. There is J-A-Y-Y, greatly appreciated and good to see you. Flora Mew, thumbs up, and hopefully some of what I talked about helps clear things up, and thank you very much. Always good to see you. Shinra, thumbs up, thank you very much, and hopefully you've read the comment that I left there. Definitely a good thing. I need to talk about that more again. Callie Gusta, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated and good to see you in the comments. There is Chris, thumbs up, and normally the drivers in this area are good. I don't know what the heck's been going on. It's scary. Capitalist Apocalypse, I like the name. Good to see you, thank you. Well, hopefully it's good to see everybody. There is Big Chub, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And EZQAZ, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And that is 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated. If even for a very short time and only in text to get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you. I'm going to do what I can to do to try and get the things done that I need to get done. I need to call the Veterans Administration. They want a follow-up on what's happening with my leg. So hopefully I'm going to get that done today. Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done today. I need to cough again. Yeah. And of course, just take the appropriate precautions for your location, situation, for, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I can't speak English. If people are getting sick in your area, please just socially distance and wear a mask. Just be careful. You don't need to get sick and pass it on. If people are getting hurt in your area, just be careful. And if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of that bus horn, the bus with your name on it, just brace for impact. It hopefully won't hurt much. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.